to another jewelry making video brought to you by keepsakecrafts.net. Today we'll be making this bracelet. It's done with a ladder weave, but the interesting difference from other bracelets we've made is that this one is woven through the links of chain, which give it its support. It's a rather interesting technique, and I hope you give it a try. So to make this bracelet you will need, first of all, a 3-strand bracelet clasp. It has a lobster clasp on one side and a length of chain on the other, which makes it adjustable, and then 3 loops to separate your strands. You'll need 3 lengths of chain, 6.5 inches long, and make sure when you cut these that you have, first of all, some kind of chunky chain. These links are about 1/4 of an inch long, and make sure that you have the exact same number of links in each length, that they really are exactly the same length. You'll also need some beads. You can use just one color. I opted to use these 2 different colors. These are 8mm beads, some seed beads, spacer beads, and some elastic, which is what we'll be doing our stringing with. This is 0.5mm, and it goes just fine through the smallest of the beads. You also might want a Sharpie and some scissors, and also a couple pairs of chain nose pliers. So the first step is to make our bracelet base, which is simply a matter of opening up the end link of each of our pieces of chain, and we open it just the way you would a jump ring, by twisting sideways and then sliding it on to the bracelet clasp, and then close it and make it secure, and then repeat those steps to add the chain to each of the loops on your clasp, making sure that you don't twist them. So here you can see this is the base that we're going to build our bracelet on, and you can see why it was important to have all 3 chains exactly the same length. The next step is to cut a 2-yard piece of our clear elastic, and what I like to do, because although it's nice that it's clear so it doesn't show in your project, it can be tricky when you're working because you can't see it so well. So what I like to do is take a Sharpie, and I will color the ends of my elastic with a black Sharpie so I can see them. And the first thing you'll do is slide on a spacer. Slide through one of your links of chain, one end. Slide on a bead. Slide through another link of chain. Slide on another bead. The remaining link of chain in that row, and another spacer. And now you want to center your elastic on the bracelet. So it's too long to show this on camera, but I'm going to bring the 2 ends together and then center the elastic. The next thing you're going to do is, on one end of the elastic, string 5 seed beads. These seed beads make like a scallop that goes along the outside edge of your bracelet. And repeat to put 5 seed beads on the other end. Next, thread a spacer onto one end. So now you've added 5 seed beads and a spacer to each side. And the next step is to go back through our chains. We're going to skip 1 link of chain between each set of beads, and depending on the size of your chain links and the size of your beads, you might have to skip more or less. So I'm going to skip 1, go through 1 chain, pick up one of my beads, skip 1 and go through a middle chain, then pick up another bead, and skip 1 chain link and go through 1 on the other side. And I'm also going to go through this last spacer I strung, going opposite direction of the cord that's already in there, so going towards the seed beads. Now next, take the other elastic cord and go back through everything you just went through. The chain, the beads, and then also back through that spacer. So where the elastic should be coming out is right between the spacer and the 5 seed beads. And then it's just a matter of repeating. Add 5 seed beads, another spacer, and then send the elastics through the chains and your larger beads. And keep repeating down the line. So here I've done my weaving all the way to the end. Now for the very last row, only put the beads through one of the strands, just for the very last row. And then we'll tie off our elastic in what is called a surgeon's square knot. And it simply means you go right over left, and then you wrap it around twice. This is a great technique for any time you need to tie a knot and you want it to stay in place, because that extra wrap will hold it. And then you go left over right. So do left over right, and then one more time through. Wrap it around twice. And that's a surgeon's square knot. Quilters use it for tying quilts. And it's great for this kind of jewelry as well. And then just trim off the excess. And let me zoom out so you can get a look at it. And there it is. Your bracelet is all done. So here's another look at the bracelet we made today. It's a bit of a time-consuming design, but it's a nice meditative, simple process. And the fun part is choosing the beads in the styles and shapes and colors that you like. You could certainly use crystals, you could use gemstones, pearls, try chain in different colors and different finishes, and make the project your own. Thank you so much for watching Keepsake Crafts videos. On the screen are 2 more videos you might enjoy. If you liked this video, please be sure to click the like button and also click subscribe so you don't miss a thing. And be sure to check out my blog, keepsakecrafts.net, where I have lots more sewing and crafting ideas and inspiration. Thanks again for watching. Have a good one. Bye-bye.